Okay, so today we are going to be talking about a very awkward topic on YouTube. And that is, what's the best lens for YouTube? One of my favourite things. Ooh, you didn't see that one coming. Ooh. Okay, so the reason why I say it's a really awkward topic to cover on YouTube is that it's very subjective to the kind of content that you create. Every specific brand of camera has an equivalent lens set. Let's try and see if we can cover this. I'm going to do the best I can. Okay, so the first lens we're going to be talking about is the 18 to 55. Now this is the kit lens that most cameras come with. Now, one of the reasons why this would be a really good YouTube lens is because it comes with most cameras stock anyway. The fact that it's a really cheap lens to go for, I'll put in the price here. I can't remember how much it is exactly, but I'm pretty sure you can get one for about £55. I could be wrong. The best thing is, especially if you're just starting out on YouTube and you're going to buy a camera anyway, you're most likely going to be getting one with a lens, and this will be the lens that comes with, so it'll be an easy one to get. A lot of people give the kit lenses a lot of hate. Now, I don't particularly see what's wrong with them. I don't think it's a bad lens at all. So if you're just thinking about getting a camera and you hear so many things about the kit lenses, do not worry. Yes, there are better lenses out there. If you find the camera you want, get that camera. Don't worry about the lens, unless you're starting out on YouTube and you're getting one that's like a 70 to 300 lens, then that's probably not the best one to start with. Make sure it's at least around about 20mm, 24mm to about 10mm. That's probably a good start. So one of the best things about this lens is the fact that it has stabilization, and this will help for vlogging and moving around and moving with camera. If that's the kind of content you're doing, then the stabilization won't completely cut it out. It will just reduce it quite a bit, and it will help a lot. So 18 to 55, I would say it's a really good lens to go for YouTube. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the 10 to 22mm. Now the reason why this would be a good lens for YouTube is the super wide angle, and this will help if you're moving around and vlogging. If you're vlogging out in public and you want to get everything that's happening behind you, say if there's a car going off, you might be able to just catch it if you just move your hand a little bit instead of stumbling so much, and then all the motion blur catches it and it's gone. So the 10 to 22 will catch it perfectly, so you don't have to move the camera too much, and you can catch all that content that you want to catch in the corner of the video. Okay, so one of the main things that's really special about the 10 to 22mm lens is the fact that is the autofocus on it, and with it partnered with the right camera, it can be the best budget vlog camera you can get for really good quality. So it is a USM lens, and USM, I'm pretty sure, stands for ultra silent motor. So when it's autofocusing, the motors are silent. They're not silent, you can still hear them, but they're a lot quieter than quite a lot of lenses like the Sigma 10 to 22mm lens. I'm pretty sure it's a 10 to 22. Either way, I know that the Sigma version of this lens is a lot louder, and I rarely hear this when I'm using this, so definitely one of the upsides to getting a USM 10 to 22mm lens. Okay, so build quality. Now the build quality on this is really decent. Like, the whole thing is very sturdy. Like, it feels like I'm pretty sure the whole thing's pretty much made out of metal. I think that like just the tips are plastic. Like, the actual lens mount itself is all metal as well. So it's a really sturdy lens, and used, I think, like, I bought this used, and I think I bought it for about 150, so it's really cheap to get used, whereas I think it's supposed to be about 400 to 500 pounds brand new. Pretty sure, I'll have to look that up. So that's why the 10 to 22mm would be a decent lens to start out with on YouTube. Just a quick point that I'm going to add for the 10 to 22 is it doesn't have stabilization. That is the only downside, and I don't know why that's not on here. I don't know if it will just like warp the image a little bit too much, but if this had stabilization, it'd be perfect. However, the amount of clips I've got with this, walking around and movement, I've never really had an issue, so I don't think it really needs the stabilization, but it'd be a nice little touch. So the next lens sets we're going to be talking about are the fixed lenses. So what this means is a specific fixed millimeter. So this one's a 50mm. You can get a 40mm, 24, I can't remember if there's any, and a 35. A 35mm is another one. I nearly forgot about that one. I'm going to be specifically talking about the 50mm. However, quite a lot of them are pretty similar in build quality and how they look. So one of the best things about the fixed lenses is the fact that they are quite small. Now the 50mm is probably, the 35mm is probably the biggest out of them all. The 50 and the 40mm are about the same size as this. They're still really small. However, the 24mm is known as the pancake lens. Now that thing is, I believe it's about that thin. I'll put a picture up here. So yeah, quite thin. So the reason I bring up them being small is the best for YouTubers, best for content creators on the go, as they are really small to just throw in a bag and you hardly notice them, so you don't have to worry about having like a big bag to carry like such big lenses. So fixed lenses are the perfect travel lens to go for. So the 50mm specifically has amazing out of focus backgrounds. Now this is amazing as, and if you're doing a YouTube video and you don't want the background to be in focus, you want all of the focus on the subject as you're recording, then the out of focus background is amazing for that, and it just looks for amazing video work and portraits if you're doing them for video photos as well. So, and also that brings me on to sharpness. Now these lenses are really, really sharp. The quality of them is amazing. Like some of the B-roll videos I've done recently, I'll put in just a couple of quick like clips from the last B-roll that I took of like when I was using this, just so you can see the sharpness on it, and it's amazing. Now the build quality is really, really decent for a plastic lens. Now this is the new 1.8 version, so it's got the metal bottom. So this one just feels a lot better. It's a lot sturdier. I think it's made out of a new plastic, the newer plastic that the Canon lenses use. I need to stop talking so fast. I need a breath. We'll get there. Same again with this lens though as the 10 to 22. It does not have stabilization. It's such a shame because this lens would be the perfect lens for me if it had stabilization. Now I'm pretty sure there is a lens out there that's a little bit more expensive that has the stabilization, but I can deal with how well this comes out, as you've seen in my last video. It'll pop up along the top here. Go check it out. You'll see what I'm talking about for this video. I've lost where I am. Ah! So hard. It's so hard. Question content. We got it. What was I saying? I've lost track. Ooh, stabilization. Why was I talking about stabilization? Oh yes. So this would be the perfect lens if it did have stabilization. However, the content is pretty decent. It just comes to how I'm holding the camera and just getting better with how to perfect eliminating that stabilization. So either way, it's a really good lens. Now coming back to that question, which lens is the best for YouTube? I think it's a bit of a hard one to answer, as you can probably see, and especially if you know about lenses yourself and you do YouTube and you're watching this video now, you know how hard this question is to answer. However, I would say that genuinely the 18 to 55 is the best one to go for. That's the best standard lens that comes with the camera, so you don't have to worry about like getting two separate things. So I think my answer is actually going to be the 18 to 55. Now I want to say the 10 to 22 as that's my favorite lens to use, but overall I think the 18 to 55 is a better one, as that's easier for every single person to come across, as lenses can be expensive, especially if you're just starting out. Sometimes you can't just afford to just kick out for a really good camera and lenses as well. whereas I started off with just the 100D and the 18-55, and I enjoyed creating all the content I could with that, and I never really needed to upgrade. I didn't really think I'd actually thought about it, but I didn't really need to. There was no point. But now I've got into this kind of content, and I've been able to put a little bit more money into my lenses and cameras now, so that's a lot more helpful. But yeah, so I think that's my answer, the 18-55. Okay, so now I want you to go down into the comments and let me know what you would choose for the best lens for YouTube. It's a really hard question to answer. Like I had the idea for this video couple of days ago, and I didn't think it'd be that difficult to record, but coming to it, I tried to record this video like twice. Hopefully I've answered everything the best I can. If I miss something, I'll probably do another video later on, just fixing the question, this video a little bit more and add into it. But yeah, so yeah, I'm actually going to leave this video here as it's been rambling on for a little bit now. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button. Let me know what you would think in the comments. Let me know which lens would be best for YouTube in your opinion. Also hit that subscribe button so that way you know when I upload next. And I'll see you all in the next video. So thank you so much for watching. Goodbye. I need to stop speaking so fast. It's really annoying. I'm losing my breath too much. Whew. Pretty sure I did the best I could for this. But like I said, it's a really awkward question to answer. Also, got a new haircut. I asked my mum to see if she could shave the sides because I don't want to do no quarantine go bald for some really weird reason why that's a trend. So I thought I'd do half a trend and just go short back and sides. So what do you think? I think it looks nice. So yeah, bye.